Hi, and welcome back to the Veil of Vesir. We are Mimic Decision, a group of regular ass nerds who got together and decided to play something Daggerheart-ish with and for all of you at home. So whether you're a veteran Mimic or a first-time viewer, take a seat, make our table a little bigger, and get ready to help us tell the story. For those of you who don't know us, I'm Matt. I'll be your GM this evening. And playing with me this week, because they've seen what I get up to when I'm alone, are Tom, Tim, John, and Aubrey, continuing their roles as our intrepid party. If you want to get more of their backstory or any of our other projects, go ahead and check out our YouTube at youtube.com/@mimicdecision. And if you want to catch us live and help us make decisions in the moment, we are here every Wednesday on twitch.tv/@mimicdecision at 5:30 p.m. Pacific every week. All that out of the way, let's just dive down into what we're here to do, and that's play the game. When last we played, our party was not just engaged in a fight with a monstrous beast, but split up and engaged in a fight with two monstrous opponents. Morella, having gone off to try to rally the colony's built-in defenses, found herself engaged with not a root lion, not a lichen, not a Red Dawn mercenary or mage or barbarian, but none other than Carria BBE-Green, the druid who has been responsible for attacks all over Vesir over the last several weeks, and who has been actively rallying forces to come join her against the forces of the Vesir proper. Morella, while connected to the colony and making use of its tools, was surprised by Carria's appearance in the center chamber of the colony and was for fight. And while she wasn't able to stop Carria from cutting off her connection to the colony, Morella nonetheless stepped back in to fight. And in the final moments of last session, cast a spell. A spell that brought all of Carria's attention back onto her. So, as soon as we get back to Morella, we'll have to see how that plays out. The rest of the party, however, is down at the gates of the colony to Veer below, fighting a monstrous creature, a root lion that has been warped and driven by the magics of Carria BBE-Green herself to attack this colony. Our party has been trying to heroically hack off the vines that corrupt and control the creature, even while the colonists, led by Cap early and have been less willing to try to help with that particular task. They have been attacking the root lion, but making not as much distinction between the vines and the creature itself, whereas our party has almost solely been able to keep their damage to the vines. The root lion, now battered from the attack, but still fighting viciously against the party and the defenders of the colony, stands ready to continue the battle. Now, Morella, I want her to have a moment to just sit there and, sit with Carria while we take a moment before we come back to that. And instead we'll focus on the front gates. Tormund, Tambid, Belu, and the rest. Unless you guys have any questions, any thoughts, any concerns that you need to share now, I think it's time to continue with this fight. And if that's the case, then the spotlight is to you.
Matt, just one question. From my memory, we have currently 3 of the legs are down. One of I think the back left is up, the head is up, and the tail is up at the moment. Is that right?
Double check. Correct.
Well, or rather, Belu has a question that is going through his mind.
Sure.
So the party has seen something very similar before, granted on much smaller animals. Bears, which it's funny to call them a smaller animal, and wolves. This same kind of vine structure. And Belu knows that what they did to help in that situation was they attacked the vines, got the animals free of the vines, and then the animals seemed to kind of lose their will to fight and just sort of walked away or ran away in some cases. So he sees this root lion and he does not know the mycelia network very well. He's been here for, I guess, at this point, a couple of weeks down here, but not enough to know if root lions will frequently attack a colony like this, or if this is something that is brought on by the vines themselves. But he has made a few attempts, along with Tormund, to convince the colony to attack and focus on the vines rather than the lion. And from his perspective, although he felt like he was getting through, the request seemed to have fallen on deaf ears. So
I wouldn't go as far as to say deaf ears. You've
No,
definitely
but
seen a
as far as
trend
the
over the course of the fight.
actions,
Well, that's what I'm saying. You've definitely seen a trend over the course of the fight that some of the fungal, in contention, I think, with whatever might be happening with the mycelial orders they're receiving, have been targeting the vines. It's maybe half at this point.
I think it was like a pretty noticeable amount, right? Like you had mentioned a couple of attacks.
Correct. It is just at the end of the day, you are fighting against some real memory, muscle memory, as these guys,
Sure.
have a pretty ingrained tendency to listen to, internalized conversations over what they hear out loud, particularly from
Sure.
outsiders.
So my question is to chat, is that, again, this not being where he's from, this may be a common occurrence for them. They have to fend off root lions all the time, and they know, hey, that's a stupid idea. The vine, like, they would attack without the vines. He doesn't know. No one's told him any different. So Bailu's question is, well, should he keep trying to convince the colony to focus on the vines? Or should he just sort of maybe take it that they've got knowledge he doesn't in this situation, and maybe he needs to actually start attacking the beast. Maybe it's more of maybe what he's doing is foolish.
Okay. Chat, is Bailu a fool? Let us know.
Yes.
What do you think, Marilla? You're the independent observer from this group.
Should Bailu keep trying to convince the colony to focus on the vines? I mean, yes, but I know that root lions don't attack colonies often.
That's fair.
Okay.
And her wanting to not do that was based in that, they don't really know how to fight one necessarily, so maybe avoid the collateral damage if you can, sort of thing.
Excellent points.
Good feedback. Looking like a tie right now.
It is.
I would say Tormund is not in favor of changing.
Sure. Sure.
We've already polled the room. Why not? Tam, what do you think?
Oh, this is a tough one because I'm trusting Bailu and Tormund that attacking the vines is a good thing. I was not there for the fight in which
Your third mistake.
you succeeded at doing that. So, Tam's a little leery because he's seen them repairing themselves. But he doesn't know that's different from when you fought, the wolves. I think... Man, what does Tam want to do? Because Tam's also kind of in the... we could also just try to kill it and stop wasting our time. I think Tam says... Oh, God. I think Tam says, yeah, just kill it.
Already.
So we've got a vote for not kill it and a vote for kill it in the party.
All right, Bailu. I think while you have sought for divine inspiration as to how to take this this path, at the end of the day, the decision has come back to home.
Okay.
Spotlight is to you guys. The decision is to you guys.
All right. I think in this instance, then, Bailu is going to try and stick to what he knows. His past experience tells him that you
Knocking
rid
the head
the
off an enemy with
animal.
a hammer.
No. Yeah, or blow the kneecap out on accident. If you free the animal from the vines, the animal will lose the will to keep attacking you. So we're going to continue to go for the vines. And on that note, Bailu will, as Bailu's kind of in and amongst this group, we'll pull the map back up here. Bailu, sort of being in and amongst the group of colonists, is going to kind of make another push from, basically from nearly inside the mouth of the creature, and try to convince the colonists just one more time.
Covered in saliva.
Yes, while getting hot beast breath all over him. You must trust us on this. Attack the vines, and the beast will retreat. He's going to try to convince them, and furthermore, I don't know if this is not a de-escalate violent situations, but I do think this would be a voice of reason thing, where I'm trying to convince them to follow my lead. So,
and that's building your experience. You're trying to.
that is an ability that just gives me advantage on the roll to convince. Or de-escalate violent situations, but that's probably not what we're trying to do as much here. Just trying to channel that violence elsewhere.
It's on point enough. What's that gives you advantage? Yes.
Advantage.
Okay. Then you are going to go ahead and give me our first roll of the night. That's a presence roll.
Sounds good. $11, $12 with fear, if it matters.
Oh, Bailu.
Yeah.
Oh, Bailu.
Why did you say anything?
For this last one, I thought I should let the dice decide. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The last one, I guess I should clear for everybody there. So in the last session, these guys did successfully, very well, rally the fungal to their cause of trying to attack the vines rather than the rune line itself. Their concerns about it not being successful are, maybe overstated. They were required to do one more success to trigger a real change in the very tight-knit group that they're trying to persuade, and so I rolled for this one. And so the difficulty.
We can't see.
Yeah, that's a shame. That's a 12.
A little shady.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Does the tie beat it in this?
Tie has always been enough.
Nice.
It was Vesir.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
And
you can't win them all.
I can though. I'd like to give you credit for the idea. If I'm being honest, this is what I've been planning to do since this afternoon when I was thinking about how to open the session. You just kind of cemented it. First and foremost, your plea this time, it was tired. It was frustrated. But most importantly, it was undercut, or not undercut, but underlined by the blood and sweat and saliva on you from the root line that you are fighting face to face. The fungal who you are calling out to cannot help but see. And I will say that at your plea this time, Belby, the squat, stern guard, not, this guy's too big, the squat stern guard that you guys had first met when you approaching, who has made his way out in past the walls to attack the side of the root lion, looks at you, nods, lifts his sword up, his shield, and charges against the lion's remaining leg, making an attack directly at the vines and cutting through it. It is at that point that he actually does manage to finish off that leg, knocking all 4 legs down at once. The creature is still certainly moving around with its extra legs and its head and tail still wrapping around, but its mobility seems to have been limited. But only for a moment, because the creature, in a roar of rage, a roar that echoes through the chambers, that vibrates through the colony, that even pauses for a moment the glare that Carria has facing on Morella as she looks to the side and just acknowledges the sound that is rocked through to the air below. The roar that you feel at point blank stuns you for half a second, and you are reminded in that moment of the root lion's mouth as it spreads open. Again, it's like staring down a sarlacc pit. The creature looks towards you and charges forward, not very far, all things considered. It lacks the ability to drive itself forward as much as it would like with its damaged legs, but it is far enough forward to... Yeah. It's a really big token that's causing issues with Roll20.
Yes, he keeps running away from me. This is wonderful.
But I need reaction rolls from Velu and Tormund. Agility.
Agility. Oh boy. The dump stat.
Might
Okay.
be for me
No,
also.
No.
Oh.
Okay.
No, it's not.
That is a 9.
16 with hope.
Like reaction rolls get hope or fear, but
They do have.
yeah, I
go
have
with
a
that.
9. If I were to make this a 12, would that matter? Is that something that I should think about doing potentially?
Good lord. I'm not sure I've ever been asked so directly to help my player cheat.
It's not a cheat. I'm asking for advice from a friend.
Just if you were in his spot, what would you do?
Yeah. Right. Like, is that something that you would do if you were me?
I think that if I were in your spot, I would watch as Tormund fails the roll of the 16.
Oh,
I see.
Would Tormund succeed with a 18?
If you were Tom, what would you do?
Well, Matt, if you could just tell us what the DC is directly every time, that would be really
No,
helpful.
that's how we're asking, John. Don't put words in our mouth. We did not say anything.
We're not being greedy.
Fair
We're
enough.
not being greedy.
I'm not.
I will use the prayer dice.
You'll use the prayer dice? Okay.
Yeah, to make it an 18.
An 18 is sufficient to get yourself out of the way in the last moment. Tormund manages to scramble, if I can get to him. Sorry, I'm lying, good move.
You want
Tormund
me to
manages to
do it?
scramble up into the rocks. I assume you cannot get yourself to an 18, Bailu.
In no way, shape, or form is that a thing.
Indeed. So Bailu, as well as the 2 fungal behind you, gets swallowed up by the scooping mouth of the root lion.
Nice.
You see the fungal beside you get pierced by one of the teeth inside the lion's mouth, and as it does so, this kind of acid drips down and melts it in its place. It dies before it can even open its mouth to say anything. You and the other fungal are thrown back down the gullet of the creature as it convulses, pushing you back. You can already see the surfaces around you starting to get covered in acid as I think as a bit of a doctor yourself can understand, the process that awaits you. Spotlight to the party.
Well, shit.
I'm gonna take you off the map for the moment, Baylor. You are just in the root line for now.
Well, now I actively don't want it to run away because we got rid of the vines.
I would have run away with Bailey.
Just kind of
Sarlacc
looking at it.
Digested over a period of 1,000 years.
How much chance would I have to force it open a bit? And I'm not asking for an exact DC this time. Like just looking at, like when you're looking at someone, like
Its mouth is open pretty much all the time to some extent.
right.
Do you think you could maybe, if you wedge yourself in the right way, you could maybe hold it open for a second here or there, but like you couldn't force it open by any single stretch. When it comes to a straight contest of strength here, you are not in the same league as this creature.
That I get. Like I get, you can do things with leverage, something. And I don't know what its jaw is. It is crocodile jaw, or like.
Sure, much like a crocodile, there might be some truth to being able to hold this thing's mouth closed easier than you are able to hold it open.
Right. So yeah, I didn't know if it was like, in my view, this root line is more like a bore drill. Like those big diggers they use.
That's
to make
exactly what it's like. Yeah.
And so like the mouth, I imagine the mouth actually being kind of permanently open, not like not a thing that chews, but just like one of those animals that kind of like shake to drill more than.
That is generally true. You don't even have to imagine it. You kind of saw this happening, although at a bad angle when the previous line passed you in the tunnels. They do in fact open their mouths and just kind of almost like filter feed, like a whale, as they move down the tunnels. That said, they are capable of closing their mouths, and when they do, their heads are much smaller. Like their mouths open in a very odd way. I can't.
Yeah, it's like a multi-part jaw, basically.
Yeah, the only comparison I can think of in my head, and I'm not sure if I'm misremembering the scene or not, but the Flurkin from Marvel, the cat creatures.
Just
from,
goes.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah.
Correct. Either way, so Bailu is inside the root line, not.
Can we see him at all? Like if
the mouth is closed. He is out of your sight.
Oh, we just saw him get swallowed, basically.
Correct.
Bailu, you're still alive, and I will stick to the plan. Are there any so this is just reminding from last session a little bit. Are there still any vines on the head in particular?
Yes, the head and the tail are the most active parts, and they are still heavily vined.
Some stressful ambiance music while making the decision. I am still going to trust in Bailu's opinion.
All right.
Trust that he can kind of maintain himself alive for now and go for the vine while yelling at the thing, "Let him go, we're trying to help you." And might be the wrong call, but Tormund trusts Bailu and the plan right now. So
I love that you keep talking to it like it definitely understands you.
we have, but
I'm just sitting here thinking, like,
down.
I'm pretty sure that
Drop it.
a root lion, if this were D&D, would have
he's
an
just
intelligence
talking to his
too.
dog. Yeah, or like, but like, don't when you're doing some exercise or something, like you might yell at like a piece of equipment or something to like, doesn't always make sense. Sometimes
No, I don't think
they're-
that's
I get
the
where
only
you're
thing,
coming
Tom.
from.
I think if you're doing that, there's something deeply wrong with you. We should think more about that.
Listen, it probably is. There probably are many things deeply wrong
Unless
with
it
me. I'm
works.
pretty sure that is not one of them. But yes, I'm going to go for like the biggest attack that I can. Oh, and okay, yes. Okay. Would forceful push be able to push his mouth open? Because obviously it
Right
was
from the
no
other
on the
end.
move.
Try it from the other end and see if it make Bailu come out the mouth.
Oh god.
So, I'm going to allow you the opportunity to try to do this if you would like.
Uh-huh.
This is a very specific attack you're trying to make, so the difficulty is going up.
Okay.
The head was already the most difficult part to hit, but it is less able to dodge now that the legs have been, at least for the moment, taken out of the game.
Was it vulnerable? I seem to remember John making it vulnerable last time.
It is also
Or me.
vulnerable.
Yeah.
You made it vulnerable.
Probably me, yeah.
I hit it with my acid arrow attack that reduces the difficulty by 1.
I see.
I'm going to set the difficulty on this attack to hit
I don't want to
at an
know.
18.
Okay.
If it hits, so this is more difficult than just hitting it. If it hits, you will have a chance to follow up. There's no guarantee that this will be successful, but an 18, I will allow you to hit the head in such a way as to open the mouth.
Whatever. I'll go for it.
Okay.
It's combat. You don't have time to second guess yourself. What is this? 15 plus 3 from strength. Okay, it's actually 18. I was going to use a prayer dice, but it's 18 with hope.
An excellent hit. Excuse me. Torben comes in with his halberd, and
Oh, he was vulnerable on top of it. So yeah.
yes, he had the d6 to add to it, but ducks down, adjusting the angle of his hit, twisting and bringing his own back and hips into it, and swinging almost straight up at the creature above him that has just eaten Bailu. And the axe and the pike bit at the top of your halberd meet the top of the creature's jaw and just throw it open. And you find yourself now standing before the open, yawning maw of the root lion. I think you can maybe see a bit of movement down the tunnel that makes you think it's Bailu, but it's already a decent distance in. Let's figure out the damage before we do anything else. You did hurt the root lion.
Okay, so it's 2d8. I'll remember what the d8 is at some point. It's not like we just had discussion about it. It's 10. And then another d8. And a d6. Oh, wow. Okay. 24. 31.
Severe damage. Nice hit. I'm not sure if that was the first hit to the head or no, I don't think it was, but the head is certainly taking some damage there. Okay, so nonetheless, the maw of the root lion stands open before you. A glimpse of Bailu is visible in the distance inside the root lion's esophagus. What do you do?
Hear me out here. How big is it? Can I fit in there?
Oh yeah, it's huge, man.
Okay. I can fly, and while I fly, I can mark a stress to literally pick someone up and just carry them out with no movement penalty. Will you allow me to do that?
Not for free.
That's what I think. But there's a stress cost, isn't that the cost?
No, not enough. Mark your stress. Trying to decide what this is.
Very brave is what it is.
I'm just
It is.
tossing.
I'm not trying to punish you at all for this move. This is 100% a plausible scenario here. This feels very seraphy to me. I like it. I just need to figure out how we're going to decide it.
Daggerheart is very fun. Like you get to actually like see your abilities and just kind of like go for it. Like try to sell something. I like it. Sorry.
It's okay. Okay. To save Bailu from the root lion's stomach.
Mm-hmm.
Lying.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is an agility roll. But
Okay.
you're flying with the power of your gods. Which actually makes me think this is a spellcast roll.
Okay.
2 stress. Spellcast.
You say 2 stress and a spellcasting roll?
Correct.
Oof.
You're flying into the Sarlacc.
Yeah. Can I add veteran of the front line?
Yes.
Okay.
You've never seen a root lion before, but monsters were not unused on the battlefield around Gaeta.
Oh, I was thinking more from the side of like putting yourself at risk to help an ally.
Oh, absolutely,
Ally on a battlefield.
but the situation itself is not completely unique.
Okay.
Just the scale.
What can I add to this?
Oh no.
Am I seeing any of this happen?
We'll come back to that in a second, possibly.
Well, it might come into play right now if I can see it happening.
How so?
He
Oh,
wants
I
to
also
work
have
prayer-
thoughts and
prayer
prayers
day.
that I can give.
So I have 11 with hope. But it's a spellcast roll, so it's +3. So, sorry, 11 on the dice. 11 on the dice.
Okay.
14.
I don't give a shit what the dice say. Okay.
I know, but I'm trying to do the math and adding some drama here to like get to a value. Let me
Tom's
do
trying
this.
to actively slow down his own math.
I have another 3 from veteran of the front line, so that's 17.
Okay.
And I have 1 4 prayer dice, which brings me to 21. And that's basically it right now. Can I do multiple prayer dice? Would this be a time to throw everything at it?
Bailu.
You may spend any number of prayer dice. That's what it says.
Bailu,
Yes.
I think it's certainly possible you can see Torment. I would suggest that probably the light of the root lion's mouth opening would have drawn your attention.
Mm-hmm.
Are Torment's wings kind of light as well?
They
I
are.
thought they were like bright or
Mhm.
something.
That's true. That's correct.
Okay, so in that case, Bailu would see that Torment is there and probably get the sense that he's trying to do something, even if he's not sure what it is. But he would send good vibes Torment's way. So he would send 3 good vibes Torment's way. He can send more good vibes Torment's way, but
What's that bring us to?
24. With hope.
With hope. With a 24 with hope. Tormund sprouts his wings and still kind of taking a step back from the impact of knocking the root lion's mouth open, braces himself, crouches, and launches himself down, not giving himself a moment to think of how just utterly crazy this is. He flies into the mouth of the creature, calling on every ounce of power he has left, calling on Alatain, calling on the Prime Seasoning, calling on his own just faith in himself as he flies toward Bailu, trying to get to him. Bailu, being crushed by the lion's intestinal tract already, looks out, sees the flare of hope as Torment is flying with him, and channels his own power into it. And all of that channeling into Torment sends him rocketing into this creature to the point where he is able to grab on to Bailu's hand and yank him out. Bailu, you are coated in, mild acid at this point. There's some damage to your armor. Actually, go ahead and mark an armor slot for me. Why don't you?
I don't have any left.
Oh, cool. Then take a hit point as as Torment grabs onto you, turns, and with both of your powers kind of combined at this point, charges out of the root lion's mouth. The root lion, more than a little upset that something is yanking around inside of its intestines, roars, the sound echoing entirely different inside the creature as the vibration of every pocket, every bone inside this creature amplifies it back at you. The sound is disorienting. Marcus, Stress, Bailu, and Tormund, please, as you fly out, as this kind of noise pelts you, the sonic waves knocking you side to side, up and down, and as the root lion's mouth shuts in front of you, you manage to burst past, knocking one of its teeth out and coming to land back before the creature. Give it 2 points of damage to the creature for that move as well.
This is like that scene in Empire Strikes Back when the Falcon's flying out of the asteroid and that thing.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
That's what I was thinking, yeah. Well, Tam just saw that. He just kind of takes a second and is like, huh. That's pretty cool. And then he's going to... He thought he was going to gear up to honor Bailu's last wishes. But it now looks like they won't be his last wishes. He's still going to do it, though. He's going to try to attack the vine on the head. Standard arrow this time.
But vulnerable, remember that.
Yes. Which is... with the vulnerable, plus 3. 19 with hope to hit.
That hits.
Okay. I'm going to burn 2 of my last 4 stress. Top my proficiency by 2.
Yeah.
Does Bailu need to be back on the scene? By the way, man?
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so that's a good roll. 8, 14, 18, 22, 28 damage.
28
to the vine on
damage.
his head.
That is once again, I believe, severe. Severe damage. 3 points of health damage to our head. Good shot. That was with hope. So Spotlight's still on the party. Actually, I'm going to take a moment to spotlight some.
I'm going to burn 2 hope as well because I hit, or 3 hope. I'm sorry, and I have it. To also target the tail vine with the same damage and same attack roll. And since I'm out of targets, I guess I'll use my 3rd target on like his actual head, not the vine on his head.
Well, does it have to be 3 different targets? You can't like
Probably.
multi-shot the same target?
2 additional targets.
I would rate it that way. Okay. At the end of your turn, I'm going to spend 3 here.
Okay.
To spotlight Carria BBE-Green.
First, I'm going to end the vulnerable condition.
Ooh.
Okay.
And then I'm going to make 2 attacks from the root lion at Tormund. Tormund? I don't know how, but I missed.
Wow.
Is that even an option?
Yeah,
I
like
rolled a
one.
2, so like there's
Oh.
there's a
Oh,
chance.
man.
Bailu, I did not miss.
Yeah. Sure, that first attack wasn't a Bailu. Just making sure.
So that is 9 points of physical damage as
That
the
is a minor
creature
damage.
I'll
comes
take it.
sweeping
I-
in with its head, just kind of slamming its spiked head onto you.
And I will block it with my shield and take the
Okay,
hit.
so you can certainly take the
Nice.
damage for him. That's
And
I
I
can
can-
shield you.
Yep, and I can mark any number of armor slots for that one, so I can actually reduce that one to 0, I think, with when I do it like
Works
that.
for me. Spotlight back to the party, except no, I don't think so. Hold on. We have forgotten someone.
The fungrels?
The Fungirl. Fungirl? Morella. Let's come back to that central chamber of Tavir below. The central chamber that you had been inside of and in control of maybe 5 minutes ago. The central chamber that you were physically thrown out of a minute ago. The central chamber that you walked back into. The central chamber in which you cast the spell that brought all of Carria Green's attention back onto you. What's the plan?
The plan. I mean, a plan would have been a great idea. Plan would be a great thing to have. Kind of just did it. And so she has the enrapture is still on. So with Carria unable to hear or see anything, but Morella standing in front of her, she'll just say, "You mentioned working together, but you didn't tell me what's on offer."
He bites your lip and laughs for a second. My, but you're a brave one, aren't you? And she takes a few steps closer, stepping out of the fungal pool. Once again, the tendrils in the chamber move away from her, avoiding her attention. The green and black power that she has been radiating, that she had been channeling into some kind of spell, that seems to have stopped in its tracks upon being enraptured, continues to swirl around her, but it seems to mute, almost dim, the light lessening, the wind from it not affecting you as much as Carria's eyes probe into yours. Are you being at all honest with her?
About,
Asking for details.
I would honestly love all of the details.
Why don't you roll a presence check for me?
Okay. Do I have anything to help me? Okay. Okay. That is a 10 hope plus 2 presence plus 2 fear.
That was the oddest way I've ever had a Daggerheart roll read to me. Okay.
I wanted to keep you in suspense if it was hope or fear.
That's okay. So that's a 14?
Yeah.
I could put somebody like you to great use, my dear. Don't you want to, I don't know, be more? Break out of this silly little game? Become somebody real? You and I could have a lot of fun together. A lot of fun. Even if you are lying to me.
that why everyone else is joining you?
Thousands already have. You've been down in these woods for some time, dear. Maybe you should check in on what's really happening. And with that, she snaps her fingers and throws her right hand forward, and a barrage of razor-sharp leaves and twigs fires from her hand at Morella.
Oh, I knew it.
That is a 24 to hit.
Well, that does hit. Nothing I could have done to stop that one.
If you're lucky on the roll, though, that is going to be 11 points of magical damage.
Yeah, get him back. He's trying to kill me.
He's succeeding.
Sorry, it was how much?
11 points.
Of damage.
Magical damage, yes.
Magical damage. Well, luckily I've got this cool coat that will protect some of that.
She smiles as the leaves and twigs kind of cut against you and your armor. Not damaging you as much as maybe she necessarily meant to, or maybe it's exactly how much she meant to. She licks her lips. You can be as disrespectful as you want. Do you really think you can win this?
No, probably not. Because, I'm a bit of a no one. I just work as an assistant in the city,
She cocks her head at you.
But if an assistant in the city is still standing in front of you, then the someones who are on their way might actually give you some trouble, right?
It's certainly an odd one.
And I would like to attack her, actually.
How?
I would like to throw my returning blade.
Okay.
Which kind of does that inky blobbing out of existence as it's like going. And I'd like it to kind of like be coming behind her, really. So we're gonna see if that works. That is a 6 fear plus
What can you add to this?
7 hope
Oh.
plus 3, so that's a 10, 16? 16 with hope.
With the 16 with hope, you send the dagger flying at her. It warps through the air, vroom, vroom, popping out of existence, popping into existence behind her, coming flying back at her. Carria ducks sideways, watches the blade come by, and grabs it out of the air before stepping up towards you, flipping it around, handle first, stopping just in front of you, to the point where you can feel her breath on your face as she looks down to you, and she offers the blade back to you, hilt first. You dropped this.
And it blinks out of her hand.
Spotlight's still on you.
Thank you. And I'm gonna activate Rogue's Dodge because I'm full on hope. So
+2 to evasion.
yeah, I'm gonna use 6 hope.
Okay, plus.
So it'll be a +4.
Mm-hmm.
And it is my turn.
It was your turn.
gosh. Oh man, I'm just gonna be really funny.
Okay.
Just gonna do it again. Just immediately again. She's handing it to me, it blinks out. It's in my hand, and then it's not. And it's literally the same roll.
No.
It is literally the same roll.
And we send thoughts and prayers to Morella.
She watches as you throw the blade again, and she just arches a brow at you as the blade comes sweeping in again. This time, not even like overtly moving out of the way. She just slightly shifts, and the blade moves past her bare neck, just past your own head before embedding in the wall behind you, before blinking back out of resistance and popping back up into your hand. At this moment, you feel a tickle. Excuse me, I'm sorry. A tickle on the back of your right heel. Tendril of the fungal vines have reached out to you, offering something.
I guess I could. Would it be like a fungal network to
If
sort
you
of
wanted to go
communicate
that
with
route.
that?
Mhm.
I would see. At the moment, kind of just, I think the thought process is just to waste her time right now.
Okay.
But yeah, so fungal network roll is a 15. 17.
I assume that's
with
not on
fear.
one die for once. A 17 with fear. That's a good roll.
Yeah.
The fungal network reaches up and, or sorry, the fungal tendril reaches for you, and as it touches you, you feel the connection to this room again. Not as strong as it had been when you're in the tub, but you feel the room reaching out for you, recognizing your touch. You feel the room favoring you. Not shocking, I suppose. Carria is not a fungal, and you are, but you have also, even briefly, you had met the mind of this colony and worked with it, and now the colony is trying to do the same for you. So as you reach out and as you tap into it, the chamber starts to kind of not rumble, but almost vibrate. The fungal, the mycelium of the room itself starts to kind of undulate, move, as if there's something moving underneath the walls of it. And in places around the room, little holes in the wall open, and this pale blue gas starts to pour into the room. Carria, not really recognizing what's happening, but being more than a little irritated by your attitude, at this point just backhands you, or attempts to. Is it 20 to hit?
That does hit.
That is for 12 points of physical damage as you are smacked back into the door behind you, but your connection with the
Get the
room
slap
is unbroken. The gas continues to pump into the room, and as it reaches you, you feel invigorated. Heal 1 hit point. As it reaches Carria, you can tell the effect is not the same. She frowns, her eyes narrow, and she stumbles for half a step. Spotlight to you.
Well, taking advantage of that stumble for just a second to think, like, isn't really a fighter, doesn't do well on her own, really. Not in this sort of thing. And as she is sitting there, realizing she is not alone, because she does have this colony power with her, there's also another power she has that she is not alone. So we are going to do our Midnight Spirit person. Gonna appear and see what he do. That is 21, 20, 24 with hope.
Carria BBE-Green is off balance. She is used to being in a position of power in every situation she has been in. She is used to that power being far deeply tilted to her side. And in this room, for this moment, maybe just for this moment, the room, the colony has evened that playing field. And so this time, when you call upon your midnight spirit, Carria BBE-Green is not ready for it. How does it attack?
Pops up right behind her with what looks like Morella's usual dagger, just forming in his hand.
Stepping up out of thin air, apparating the inky blackness that makes up the Midnight Spirit's body, just filling in this outline that appears directly behind Carria. And Carria, not helpless by any extent, is certainly aware the power of the call, the power of the spirit coming into being is a beacon to her. She turns and sees it. Her eyes are wide, her step still off balance, and the creature with Morella's dagger comes jamming it into Carria's chest. Not into her heart, the other side, but it still goes deep. Blood wells up from the wound, and she opens her mouth to scream. And in that moment when just that beginning of the shriek comes out in pain, you look into her eyes, and just for a moment you see that her mask has slipped a little bit. There's an actual element of fear there. And then she's gone.
I yell
Getting out of
after
this
her,
colony.
"It was 14 damage."
It certainly was. Morella, you find yourself standing in the room. That blue mist still kind of spraying around and invigorating you. Heal one more hit point. But Carria BBE-Green appears to be gone, and as your midnight spirit just disappears from the space where it had been a moment before, you're able to finally catch your breath.
And she does as much as she can. And I guess just standing there in the pool and trying to get her bearings, trying to use the colony to help her get her bearings.
As you step back into the colony's connection, you feel the thoughts of the colony spinning around, and you feel the colony opening up to you in a way it hadn't the first time you'd stepped into the pool. You can feel all the conversations between the cat and all the different people. You feel the will of the colony shifting as they kind of just as a unit agree to start attacking the vines. You feel the colony itself, the walls, the buildings that make up the colony, and you feel the pain that they're in, the fatigue the entire colony is under. And once again, you feel the ability to adjust the battlefield if you so wish. If you recall from last time, colony allowed you the ability to do 3 things on the battlefield for various levels of the colony's endurance: attacking, stunning, and healing.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Is there any concern that I would be using up something the colony needs?
There wasn't before. But this time, on this connection, when the colony is being a lot more open to you, you get the sense that yes, the colony is offering kind of up its last reserves here. You're not quite at the end yet. But if exhaust the colony in this fight, you get the sense it might not come back. And we're a little early for it, but I actually need us to take our break here. So why don't we let one sit with that thought and everybody else sit with what they're going to do. Let's take about 15 here. We'll come back to this and continue with the fight with Morella back in the pool in the center and everybody else back fighting the root line. So thank you, everybody. We'll have some more choices and some more action for you on the back end. See you there. Welcome back to the Veil of Vesir. We are Mimic Decision, and we are coming back at the back end of our break. The other side, our party had been deep in combat with a root line at the gates of Tavir below, and with Carria BBE-Green in the central chamber. Morella, having made a connection with the chamber and the mycelium around her, made use of that to even the playing field and drive Carria BBE-Green away for now, surprising her with her ability to hurt her at all. The party, meanwhile, has been eaten and uneaten by the root line at the gates and is ready to continue that fight, I should hope. Anybody have any questions or anything before we dive back in?
How badly is the head vine damaged at the moment?
What is a health of a vine? And he was making fun at us for like trying to get like accurate information earlier.
On a scale of 1 to however many hit points that vine has.
Sure, it's been hurt.
Okay.
I'd call it bloodied. The vine is
All right.
bloodied.
Yeah.
Oh, in that case,
Vine is bloodied.
spotlight to the party.
Okay, so Belu is going to probably. Oh boy, the head vine is still there, and Belu's going to try to attack it while he's standing in front of it. So he's going to take his hammer, maybe do a little quick wipe off of the handle, which is made slick by the acidic stomach juices of the creature. He's going to swing it in a big arc and try and come down and just graze past the actual face of the creature and hit the vine itself.
Fucking surgical. Okay.
Yes, a surgical sledgehammer swing is what this is.
Okay. This is a DC
The same
18
kind that
attack.
you would use when driving in fence posts, because you've got to hit a small fence post with a hammer. Right?
I
It's
can't
a
help
small-
but feel as if the precision of the fence post matters slightly less than it does in this case, but nonetheless, DC 18, make your roll.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh gosh, don't roll.
Drive that fence post in.
3
No.
with fear.
No.
No, it was not a 3 with fear. It was a 10, 11, stop saying 13. It was
The boss is the root line, not the math.
an 11. No, it's absolutely the math. It's an 11 with hope.
Excuse me. Okay. Yeah. It's a pretty precise target you're aiming for, and your hands might just be a little shaken by everything going on around you, and you come in just
And the handle's all slick from the.
yeah, and you come in not
all
too far.
kinds of stuff.
I think you're probably trying too hard not to hit the root line, and you end up adjusting too far to the other side and coming down pretty much straight in the open air, just kind of grazing the vine, shaving a bit of the outer layer off, but not really doing any real harm.
Yeah.
That was with hope. Spotlight's still on the party.
John? Well, Tambit?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm real focused on this head vine at the moment. So, do I want to try to corrode it? No, I'm gonna do just standard arrow. I'm gonna try like the spot that I saw Bailu swing for and miss. I'm shooting for like that area of it.
Just to show him up.
That's a crit. 2 11s.
Ooh.
Tambid up on the battlements on the rocks, looking down at the root line. Well, looking at the root line, down is not accurate. It's tall.
Yeah.
But looking at the point that Bailu had just managed to miss, draws his bow and lets it fly. The arrow unerringly hits directly where Bailu's hammer had meant to hit, and where it hits, it just pops the vine, splattering Bailu with this kind of like green, again, slightly acidic liquid. It burns a little bit. Tambid, what's the damage on that wildfire?
I'm gonna burn one more stress to up
Okay.
the proficiency.
You
So
have
it's
one
gonna
stress
be 30.
remaining?
One stress remaining. It's gonna be 30 plus the roll. And that is a great roll. 15, 21, 51 damage to that
51
vine.
damage. That is absolutely a brutal hit. It's 4 hit points off as you just knock out the entire left side of the root lion's head is now knocked free of tendrils. The root lion roars in a mix of pain and confusion as you see the vine starts to lose some of its sway. That was with hope, was it? That was a crit, of course. It was
Was
hope.
a crit.
So yeah, Spotlight's still on the party. I lied.
You
I'm going
recover
to spend a
stress, don't
fear
you?
before you guys take
What
me
was it,
out of the fight.
Don't
Don't
you
forget all the
recover?
colonists who were attacking the vines because we're so persuasive.
That's true. I
Don't
do
you
owe you
recover
a
a stress?
volley.
You recover a stress and gain a hope, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Gain
did
a
you
hope,
recover
clear
the
stress.
stress?
I did. I just haven't done it on the overlay yet.
I see. Okay.
The colonists let out a volley of arrows and swings of their spears and hammers, whatever they can get their hands on, chipping away at the vines. The tail takes a surprising chunk of damage there. And the head takes a bit more. Not a whole lot of vines left in the head to hit. Several of the attacks hit the root line itself, but as misses, not as intentional hits. They were near where vines were. Isn't a lot of target left. That said, the root line is going to take an attack at the front row, which is Tormund and Bailu. It opens its mouth and it roars. Its eyes turn this kind of bloodshot red, and the roar turns pained. 9 to hit?
God damn it. Yeah.
It sprays a gush of acid out of its insides across this front line. Where are my dice? For 19 points of magical damage.
Bunch of damage. That
It's
would
much
be
damage.
severe damage, actually, for
Really?
Balin.
I
Yeah.
will take that hit
no.
also. I will take the.
It's hitting you as
have
well.
armor?
Yeah.
Okay.
I still have armor left, so I can like just burn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's 3 hit points coming from Bailu.
No, because I take the damage, not the severe part.
Oh, I see.
So for me that is only major. Wait, how much damage did you say? 23?
19.
Oh, 19. Yeah, 19 is just major for me. So yeah. So that is I have to take my hit point, and then
Ormond steps in, taking the whole of the breath attack.
my armor is now fully gone. By the way,
Yeah, fucking bet.
Yeah.
no, I'm just calling it out because we don't see it, but yeah, but I only take 1 hit point. Like I really. Bellu,
Pretty
I
big
can't
move
keep
there.
doing this. And while it,
You're arguing
you
about
know,
having an affair. Please continue. Spotlight on the party.
while it's recovering from its breath attack, having kind of extended its mouth a little bit and shouted, after blocking, I'm going to swing at it.
The vine or the
The vine
animal?
on the head, yeah. No, the vine on the head still. All right, I need to roll. I can't just say I'm attacking and expect it to hit.
Yes.
Believe it or not.
I'm attacking. Take my word for it. I'm probably good for it. It's fine.
It's probably a crit. Like, what are we?
Whatever that DC is, that's exactly what I hit.
You said 1 crit. We should have 2 more in a row now. That's how the math goes.
No, it was a 16 with fear, but I'm going to use my freeborn thing and make it with hope by once per session. Sorry, 16 was on the die, so like plus 3, 19.
Mm.
But yeah. That's a hit.
You say something like 16 was on the die in Daggerheart. It makes me concerned for a second. Continue.
So sorry, it was a 4. And
I
a
follow.
12.
I follow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
From his
you're
2 d20s, just rolled 40 on the dice somehow. I don't know.
You're telling me I'm not supposed to roll d20s? Like,
Yeah.
okay. Anyway.
Matt's doing it.
Yes. That's a hit, right? I'm
Yes.
going to spend 2 hope to do the extra d8 of damage and to make it vulnerable again. So that's 3d8 of damage. 1. 8, 6, that's 15. Plus 7 is 22 and a d6. 26 damage.
Good hit. That is major damage.
Is the vine still alive? Oh my god. I'm just hacking at this vine.
Yeah, this vine's tanky.
It is, and it is it with that kind of sense of just desperate exhaustion as you keep hacking, and the fungrels around you, are just throwing themselves at this thing. All of them, several of them, wounded just from the collateral attacks of the combat here on the front lines. Several of them having already been killed by the creature. They come in stabbing with their spears, trying to kind of bracket your own attacks. Bailu himself stepping back up, Tam leading the archers on volleys into the creature. The creature itself has now been covered in small wounds into its actual flesh, which is inescapable. You can't fight a creature of this size and try to attack something as small as those vines are without hurting the creature itself. But it is just kind of as the exhaustion fills your arms, as each swing feels like you're not going to be able to keep holding the weapon, to be honest, as your legs are just kind of shaking from the exhaustion, from the adrenaline rushing through, that these attacks dig into those vines, cut through them, and finally free the creature's head. The tail is still heavily vined, but thankfully that is not where the brain is, and the creature takes a step back. The creature is in pain. It is confused. It is, I think I've said before, not particularly intelligent. But it's not thoughtless either. It's not a machine. It's capable of watching around it and reacting to stimuli. And so once again, I am going to abdicate my duty as the GM here. And chat, I have a question for you. Our party has, I will say somewhat heroically, managed to fend off the root line thus far. They have cut off the vines. Morella has fended off the druid who was attempting to turn this root line against the people of Veil below. The vines have been severed. The last vines on the tail will wither and die. The root lion is once again in control. What does it do? Fight or flee?
Are you updating it, Tim? Okay.
Yeah.
Chat coming in hot with that one.
Thank you for that one, Tim.
Yeah. We've got a pretty overwhelming majority for the flee option here.
I'm not surprised, but I had to ask. All right.
Matt, did you say the last vine on the tail did wither off?
It is withering.
Okay.
And so, as chat has proclaimed, the root lion shakes off its stupor. It opens its mouth once again and roars, the hot, stinky breath of the creature filling the chamber, vibrating the ground around you, and giving you no doubt that this creature is still very much alive. But with that, and just the smallest nod of its head toward the Fungarol and the defenders of Veil below, it turns and runs away. Its vined tail making one last swing at our heroes on the way out.
It's a half-ass swing, right? It doesn't really want to do it. It's just doing it for show.
It doesn't,
It's
but
like
it's an 18.
It's almost
But I rolled an
fine.
18, so
Well, okay. Give us your
this is Torment and Velo. So
hopefully small damage.
10 points.
Oh, yeah.
Damn it. Major.
You should take just a step back, Belo. I'm just tossing it out there. Like,
You have to
The
have
root lion turns towards the tunnel, which by all accounts is entirely too small for this beast of a creature that you just fought. And as it approaches, you see it start to like shrug its shoulders and stretch and elongate. And much like a Stretch Armstrong doll pushed to its limit, this creature lengthens and enters into the tube, into the tunnel. Its mouth opening and already eating as it crunches its way into the tunnel. Its body filling the tube entirely as it runs away and makes its way back into the roots. You are out of combat. Veil below is, for varying definitions of safe, safe.
Matt, earlier when Corman and Belu rocketed out of that thing's stomach, you said they knocked a tooth out.
They did, yes.
How big is that tooth?
3 feet long.
big
So like I
tooth.
could fit it into my pack, ostensibly, right?
Yeah, I mean it's like a longsword, thicker than a longsword, but like, you know, like in length, you could certainly carry one if you wanted. I'm gonna say it weighs about 20 pounds.
Yeah, screw it. I'm gonna pick it up and wrap it in, I don't know, a spare shirt or something, so it's not
Sure.
messing stuff up, and then shove it in my pack.
Tormund, with his armor just worn out, damaged again. The second time down here that he's been, almost beaten. Not quite to death, but, it's 2 times in a relatively short amount of time. Just going to, kind of relax and then kind of get mad, just like annoyed, and just like stomp off to Ireland. What the hell were you thinking? What are you doing?
I could
Is
ask
this?
you
Are
the
you
same
new at
question.
this?
Did you think saving the root lion was more important than the colony?
Honestly,
What's wrong with you? That you would risk the hundreds of people inside this colony, the thousands that are sleeping behind me, so that you could save a root lion?
you know what? You know what helps at least? Communication. Yes, we are well-equipped people coming to help you, and you go, oh no, let me just communicate with the people, and leave half the people not agreeing. If you had at least verbally said something, argued, or done anything, we could have coordinated. And all you decided to do was just, oh no, I'm going to stick with my own idea. I'm clearly so smart. Clearly you aren't. New at communication, maybe? I don't know, but clearly incompetent. Step down. Maybe leave Kirsten in command if you need to. But you're clearly not of the caliber to lead this in this emergency. I'm just going to...
Tormund. I'll just kind of put my hand on Tormund's shoulder and I'll look at everyone and say, apologies, it was a stressful situation for everyone. I am sure you had your colony's best interest at heart, as we had a speedy resolution to the Ruthian attack in mind on our end as well. Figured the vines would be a faster end to the attack than taking down the beast itself. We have seen this in the past, and it has benefited us. It seems to be the case here as well, that once the vines were removed, the Ruthian was unwilling to continue. It has been a stressful day. I'm sure Tormund will calm down at some point. I am glad your colony and what is left of your people are safe for now. This is not a time for arguing, it's a time for preparing. Hopefully your others can wake up at some point soon, but until then, the crew that you have available will need to protect them. Would be good if they were perhaps trained and equipped to do so.
You are not a danger to this colony so long as you are not trying to defend it. You may pass through. You will pass through. Now.
We will collect the others and be on our way.
So
Could you point us to the elevator?
Kirsten will escort you.
Thank you. And good luck with the colony.
I hope the
There
other
you go.
ones wake up and just walk off.
Just kind of look at the fungal leader and just kind of give him a sorry about him kind of look and nod and kind of follow after Tormund.
Yeah, I just go with him. I don't say anything.
Person comes down battlements with Tambid and follows down and just kind of, starts to walk into the colony, pointing the way for you. She starts to lead you up through the colony, which is even quieter than it was before. What few awake fungal are here have been, either down at the gates fighting or elsewhere dealing with the situation one way or the other. Kirsten leads you up towards the stairs, up layers, the second to the third. It's on the third layer that you run into Morella on her way back from the central chamber.
Did we pass Talia and her companions, her protectors?
So, Talia, Castor, and Kellen
Mm-hmm.
are kind of in the wings behind Morella. Kellen comes up to you as well as Morella comes back up. We went to see if she would need help. She did not.
No, it's just good that you two are safe.
Let's just leave this place. This place won't survive with leaders like this. Just throw bodies at the next attack, at the next problem, until there's no one left.
I mean, they're
I am
not going to
sure,
survive anyway.
I am sure he is doing the best he can.
The best he can isn't worth much if they're all dead, isn't it?
They're all dead
Will
anyway.
it help them? Will it help them if they're dead? No. Good mage? Maybe. Good at magic? Maybe. Leader? No.
When was the last time you had 10,000 lives under your command?
Where were the 10,000 lives? He clearly doesn't have them
Sleeping
under his...
behind him.
That's not under his command. That's being responsible.
Those are under his guard.
Yes, that is
Those
not
are the
the
lives
same.
that he is responsible for. Those are the
Sure.
decisions he has to make. And you want him to trust you in the middle of combat to save a creature that was attacking us.
Fairness, the three of us are like 80% of the fighting force available to him.
Perhaps. But prior to the fight, you were in the prison. So,
You know what helps?
or you were supposed to be.
I think it is probably best if we let tempers cool a bit and we were on our way.
We should hit the
see,
surface.
the sooner we are out of your colony, the sooner you can go back to healing the colony and preparing it for whatever comes next.
I'll just keep walking towards the elevators. It's now the closest and most direct route to Talia's home, right?
Yes.
Then I know where they are.
You make your way up to the 5th level, to the elevators. Kirsten just kind of quietly leading you. You make it to the elevator. It's just a platform, a gate, and a guard post that's currently empty. The door is open, I think, when Morella has passed through earlier. Either way, Kirsten has the key if needed. The elevator is here, present, ready to go up, and Kirsten leads you to it, opens the door, and just looks at you and... Look. Think what you want of me in your early end if you must. But the colony needs help. The spore is a start. We need more. We need to know more about the spell that was cast on us. The only person who can help would be the druids above. If you can find them, if you want to find them, be my guest. She leaves. Morella, you know how to work the elevator.
And I am already getting started.
They will kind of walk up to Torment and kind of lean in, kind of closer, maybe not completely out of earshot, but certainly not wanting to announce everything. Yeah, Torment, you must know it is not always helpful to question leadership in front of all of the troops. They had very few options here. You know how much chaos and doubt that can sow amongst that group of people. They need to be united and strong. Yeah,
Hello.
I understand you are upset.
Let's just say. Incompetence has killed more people than enemies. Incompetence amongst leadership, at least from what I've seen, from what has happened to me.
You are used to working with a different class of leadership, for sure. Certainly different experience levels.
Yes, incompetence, nobles.
Of course. But here there are not as many options for them to choose from. This is what they have available to them at the moment. If the others wake up, if they are able to survive until the others wake up, I'm sure whatever can be dealt with at that point. But for now, they need to follow at least someone's plan. Just saying he is not good enough is not going to help them. That is not a construct of criticism. It's just criticism. It's less helpful. Again, I know you are upset. Just keep in mind that what we say can have ramifications, consequences for even what we say in passing, something like that. Sowing doubt amongst his remaining troops could be helpful to the colony in the long run. We may not agree, but it is not our colony.
Hopefully he thinks upon it. Not sure we'll be able to see face eye to eye.
A wise leader will take advice from those more experienced than themselves. Hopefully he took the meat of what you are trying to say, the message to heart, and can look past the insults that were thrown at him. Just something to keep in mind for the future. It's kind of tap you on your shoulder, give you a smile, and walk back over towards the elevator.
Morella, while you are getting the elevator up, feel just a small hand tapping, and you see Talia kind of standing there looking up at you, and she just says, "I just wanted to say, I saw when you went back into that chamber. You looked really cool." And then she kind of blushes and steps away and lets you get back to your work.
She's very caught off guard by that. Both that she was near enough to see that. That's a little frightening. But also because she did not feel particularly cool. She was pretty sure a chunk of her fungrally, tendrily hair probably ripped off as she flew into the wall. She's like, just not even a nod, just like, okay, sure. Turn back to the elevator.
The elevator is, as most fungal elevators are, built on the concept of hydraulic pressure within the colony itself. The mycelium allows for a steady rise and fall of the elevator as needed. This is a pretty small elevator as far as these colony go. There's room for all of you, certainly, but you're taking about 3/4 of the space there. But nonetheless, the door closes, seals, and the platform starts to rise. Morella is going to take about 3 hours. So you guys have a moment here where you are locked into the moment.
to the process. You don't need to stay at the control the whole time. It's just going to take about 3 hours.
For it to come down to us?
No, to rise the whole way.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm
Are
not
we
going
doing
to tell
our-
them that.
Real time, like 3 hour, we're just sitting
Yeah.
here and playing
It's
elevator
gonna
music.
happen. Do do do
Bottle
do, do,
episode.
do 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 do.
Then the Mass Effect awkward conversation in the
Tell
elevator.
me about your history.
This is my favorite store in the colony.
I'm going to sit down. Morella, how long is this going to take? Do I have time to do some repairs here?
What are you even going to be repairing from?
You have time.
You need some pots and pans to replace the metal. It's a real question. Look at you. There's barely any armor left.
Kind of like look at my shell. That's still fine.
Yeah, your shell's
back.
holding on, but the armor is gone.
Yeah, I guess I should have waited to blow up at him until at least we had repaired our gear.
It's less.
You still need.
It does work less well when you're half naked.
I do
Or
think
better,
we need it.
depending on the audience.
Depending on the audience.
Thank you, Tambit.
I try.
I'm going to at least bandage
Morella.
myself then. Can we do while we're on this? Can we do the short rest equivalent?
Short rest.
I figured you would. What, D4? That's
But while we're doing that short rest, I'm gonna go to Morella, or turn to her, I guess, because we're all kind of packed in. Say, so I know you were sneaking around when this started.
Yeah.
So then what happened?
Oh, took advantage of the chaos, looted a bunch of homes.
There was a root lion. I got a tooth. And I'll pull up my tooth.
Did you get a mane?
No, all he left behind was the tooth. This is a
Oh,
pretty cool tooth.
mane's a delicacy down here, though.
I don't want to eat it.
So yeah, so repairing the armors. Oh, sorry. Not possible, right? Right.
No, I was giving you shit. You are certainly
okay.
capable of using repair armor.
And I still found-
No, I
going-
think I honestly would have thought it would have been a reasonable thing for me, like blowing up at him and like forcing us to leave before we can use some equipment. Like, that you say you can't till you guys hit like.
Sure,
severe
but I don't
armor
limit
or
you guys
shit.
on your ability to repair armor elsewhere. This was more of just a story
Yeah.
comment, but your armor is fucked.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like I just got like taking those hits for Belu. Like you were like pants, and I'm like, Tormund was trying to think like, do we sacrifice pants for armor? Like that's kind of a hard call for Tormund. Like sacrificing swords or other armor? Yeah, maybe. Sacrificing like pants? Like,
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles didn't wear pants, and they were just fine.
Sorry, Tormund, Tambit, did I interrupt you? Like, John, I was realizing. I apologize.
I was just trying to figure out where Morella was.
Oh,
I
on the
wasn't a
elevator.
short fight.
She told you, looting homes.
Yeah, I
I
thought
can-
we just had the answer she was giving me.
You can probably see that Morella's a little banged up at this point, right? That's not.
I think it's
Probably.
been before.
So Belu's going to
Color
take a
does a
short
Morella
rest.
turn when she's bruised.
Purplier.
More purple. So Belu's going to tend to his wounds and tend to Morella's wounds. And
Okay.
Belu rolled very well for both. So on his wounds, he's going to clear 6 hit points.
Goddamn.
Yeah, it was a pretty good short rest roll. And then he's going to just start tending to Morella's wounds as well. And because the roll was extremely good. Also, Claire hit 6 points.
Ooh.
Get 6 points.
Yes, hit 6 points.
Yeah.
As he heals you, I will look at you and say, "Man, those houses really fought back, huh?"
Yeah. Anytime there's a number involved, my brain shuts off.
Yes, it looks like the house is maybe broken to her.
That's fun girl houses for you.
Must be where
Uh-huh.
safe as houses comes from.
Question. On this short rest,
Hmm.
can Bailu give his armor to Sir Castor to repair while he's doing healing? Since Sir Castor did not take any damage in said fight.
You're assuming, but
I am assuming.
no, but Callum will do it.
Okay.
Caster doesn't know how to repair armor.
Yeah, fair enough.
But you can give him
What a
your pan to
commoner.
repair. Wow, the judgment from.
Wait, what?
Betty, just buy a new one.
Do
That's
what?
how commoners do. They just buy new ones.
Or,
Yeah.
the opposite of commoner.
Uh-huh.
The richest commoner.
That's
Those
called
wasteful
merchant.
commoners.
I imagine he's just like
He's not
tying
buying
another
the
skillet
fancy
on.
one.
Like every time he breaks his armor, he just puts a pot or pan over top and just like latches it on.
Caster doesn't have armor, but yes, if he did, that is what he would do.
So, it sounds like the good cap down there neglected to tell any of you about the evil druid at the heart of the colony.
What?
Which evil druid are you
Yes.
She
speaking?
was
What?
very evil. I saw her, all glowing green and black.
It sounds awful.
Did
Yeah,
you
it was,
fight also?
I
Where
was
did you
going
meet
to,
him?
but the little one, she shamed me and won very quickly.
How tall is Morella?
5'4".
Oh,
I know, I made an
Intelligent.
average size character this time,
Oh,
so it's
wow.
weird.
Yeah.
Let's
That's
be fair.
average?
You still feel quite tall.
Well, yeah, I mean, I have to think about it though. Like, gosh, the world's so different up there.
So, evil druid.
Yeah, the one who yells at us from the sky.
Yes, there was much whiz bang boom. Morella was thrown through a door.
What? You did
It
not.
wasn't that bad.
You went through a door.
You did not contact us when this happened?
I contacted the cap to let him know.
Hmm.
I thought he'd pass along the message.
Bailey's gonna look at Tormund. Say, I take back everything I said. He was not a good leader and not
Yeah.
a good person.
Now I want to go back and kill him.
Although, to be fair, he was trying to protect his colony and keeping us. The fighting the Red Lion was likely in the best interest of the colony, even though it was not a decision we agree with.
Maybe. Wouldn't have mattered if she did whatever.
What was Carria BBE-Green doing? What was she doing
I don't know.
while you were?
Some kind of creepy magic.
It's not good if she wants this colony for some reason. Did she flee on foot and run away? Is she still down there somewhere?
She just disappeared in front of me.
So she is down there somewhere and invisible.
Maybe.
She is frightening. Is there a way in this elevator you can let them know that something like this happened? Perhaps not speaking to the cap, as you call him, but to the woman who escorted us. She seemed more sympathetic to listening to us.
Yeah, I could let her know to keep an eye out.
It would probably be a good
Or-
idea.
I don't know if it'll matter. I mean, it'll matter, but you know, if she goes back there, that colony's gone.
The next thing that happens after we leave, the colony's gone. She could get another root line, the Red Dawn, who knows?
Let's hope not. Hopefully he manages to wake them up. Or, you know, we manage to find the
physically
druid
came
and tell them
here.
that.
If she physically came here, this seems like a priority for her.
It could just be close to where she lives as well. I believe we will be
Forests
coming.
of Grand Soul, right?
We'll be coming up into the forest, or very near them.
You'd think she would have started with this one then, right?
Perhaps
Maybe
the
she
spore
did.
that she took was part of it.
Hasn't been very long.
They have been experimenting on those fungi for some time down below.
Kellen, did you have any dealings with this Carria Green woman?
I've
When you
never
are-
met her.
Hmm.
I heard them speak about her once or twice after they put me in the cell, but she was not part of the group I met before I was proposed.
The Red Dawn spoke for her. Yes? The new Red Dawn?
Yes.
In favor or in opposition?
Spoke of. Did not sound like they were coordinating.
Okay. Because the word in Gayatal when I was there last is that the Chone colony was also facing some catastrophic attack. But it seemed everyone seemed very clear that that was the Red Dawn.
That is very far from here.
True. But same type of thing. From
Indeed.
two weirdly magical people or groups doing the same thing, but they're not working together, is our idea.
Yes.
Something's weird.
Many things are weird. Not much has been normal these past few months, if you ask me. I think we are just seeing the tips of it now. We need to get this girl home. Yes. What will you do after?
I suppose it would be wise for most of us to go back to where we came from. When we started this journey, at least. Back to Gaeta.
I think that's going to take longer than you think. Remember, I stopped there. There's people looking for us.
Hmm.
It's just not the guards anymore.
I see.
If you take me back with you, you could turn me. It would win you some points.
You
could
have-
keep me safe as well.
Do
I
you know
thought you
where
wanted to
some-
go home.
I do. But I'm not an idiot. I can't leave if you don't let me.
You have done nothing to warrant us turning you in at this point, not yet.
Most people never do anything to anyone else who wrongs them. They're just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
We are
Circumstances
not.
dictate more than intent ever has in this world.
It is not how we choose to operate. You say you are not part of the current Red Dawn and whatever their plans are.
No, but I would take it back if I could.
And what would you turn it into if you are able to take it back?
It's a mercenary company. You will be a mercenary. There's honor in that.
Is it possible they are currently a mercenary company for a disreputable person or organization?
It's possible, but I think the sickness is deeper than a contract.
Were you very particular about the contract you took on?
I wouldn't call myself very particular, but more particular than some. I had rules. You may not always agree with them. Others, but all certainly didn't. But I followed them. And for that, I got tossed into a cell.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I see no reason to turn you in at this point. We'll probably have to consult our resident lawman, so get the lawman's input.
If it's not the
Yes.
city guard after us, does it matter if we turn you in?
If you hand me over to one of the nations, not the Vesir, I promise you, they're all looking for me. I knew somebody in every nation. I've done contracts for them all. When the Red Dawn started doing what they're doing, I assume they put some feelers out, started looking. They didn't fight me, obviously. But they'd all be willing to pay for that information.
It is possible we have some potential sway with leadership in Ganso.
I am not trying to convince you to turn me in. I just am uncomfortable leaving it unsaid.
Perhaps if you are to let the leadership in Ganso know what you know, give them the information that you have, they would allow you to perhaps live there. It may take a bit of convincing, but I believe we've got a line to them, and I'm thinking perhaps they may owe us a bit of a favor.
Keeps you quiet. I will follow you until you drop this girl off. At that point, we can decide what we'll do. If you want me to speak with the representative of the Grand Soul, okay. If not, I can always disappear.
We're not in a rush to decide.
He closes his eyes and starts snoring.
Oh yeah, that was a really hard day he had. So I get it.
It takes skill to avoid fighting. Tambit.
It's a skill I need to learn myself. I seem to find myself in increasingly violent situations been hanging around with you?
I would say the first skill instead, if you can't avoid getting in fights, is try to avoid getting hit.
Yes.
And avoid getting
Yes.
eaten also. That would probably not be a bad idea.
Oh, I do appreciate you coming in to save me. I had a plan to get myself out. I think would have been free. And I'll start reaching through my medicine bag to see if I can find my expectorant that I usually give in very, very, very small doses to people.
Sorry,
I
escape
have
from
it here
what?
somewhere.
Oh, Belu, do you notice like the slime and saliva that he still has a little bit on him?
If you're
Maybe
both
I've wiped-
covered. He did vomit acid on both of
Oh, yeah. Well,
you.
the reason I am covered, or I was covered in the saliva, Belu decided to get eaten by the root lion.
I would call it a choice as much as an unavoidable consequence of my actions.
Not dodging. Yes. The rescue operation was mounted and Belu was gotten out.
Tommen was very brave when he did it.
Yes, well, I wasn't going to let you stay in there. You
I
might
would have been able to get out with this if I can find it. It is here somewhere. It is in the bag somewhere.
Belu, you can't find it on an elevator when we're sitting. You'd be able to find it while being swallowed by a root line.
Some people work very well under pressure. I might be one of those people.
I can
Well,
only
it was
find
never
my
mine.
spices when there's a deadline in front of me.
I believe the bag was jostled and the ingredients were tossed around a bit in part of the rescue attempt, which is why they are not where they normally are. That is my story, and I'm going to stick to it.
You know what? Let's just hope that you don't get eaten by another root line and leave it at this.
I find it unlikely we'll be back in the roots anytime soon.
Oh no. You just baited your game master.
Talking about, I feel like I had a connection with that root lion. It's gonna just we share a bond now.
It's gonna
be
remember you.
my pet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you're-
love you
you're-
so much
you're-
to try
you're
to
mates
keep
for
you with
life
it
now.
forever.
Yeah.
He's going to you're
I
going
would do that
to
Chris Pratt thing with the Velociraptor and just kind of hold my hand up and it'd be like, oh, we're cool with this guy now.
Of all the actors to attempt to imitate at my Daggerheart table, Chris Pratt is not high up on there, buddy.
Well, he's the only one I know that did that and didn't get it by dinosaur. So, just saying.
And then the root lion vomits on you, because that's how they show affection.
Hmm.
by
Marks you.
When they're not covered in vines, they're vegetarians. Just like real lions in Vesir.
That's true.
They're not.
I feel like this is how I know you're lying when you said you're a veterinarian.
And as the party takes a, well-earned breather in this elevator that rises back toward the surface, making their way for the first time and sometime out of the roots, let's leave them a moment to catch their breaths, enjoy each other's company, and think about what comes next. I can tell you what comes next for all of us. Next week, when we come back, the party has earned their next level. So we will have a leveling session. So everybody who wants to come in and help these guys figure out what their characters are going to be picking moving on, please feel free to tune into that and help them along because they are ass at making decisions. And I'll be around to chime in as well. And then after that, we'll just have to see where things go. So as always, thank you guys for coming down and being part of our table. I hope you guys had fun. I know I did. And come back next week to help us tell the story. Thanks.
Bye.